Welcome everybody, it's Germany. We're back here in the Fantasy F1 World Championship. It's been a long layoff, the calendar has been amended, but this is still round 7 and we return to the Hockenheimring. Of course, a track steeped in history, lots of tradition. We're going with the 2001 layout. Of course, pretty much as it states, a ring opened back 90 years ago. The 23rd of March 1932 was when we broke ground. Then the same year, in May, on the 29th, that's when it would open up to the public. The elevation-wise, not the steepest of circuits, plenty of fast-paced sections, as proven by this instant when Luciano Berti would go flying in the Prost F1 car back in 2001. I'll tell you what, he would have wished for better at that point. Piquet and Salazar coming together as well through the chicane. It would be Piquet who would kick things off royally here at Hockenheimring. Then last but not least, the stadium section showed Sebastian Vettel the way into the gravel trap. The Ferrari finding its way, tapping the DHL banner, delivered him a DNF in that German Grand Prix race. We're looking forward to another great one here, folks. Obviously plenty on the line. Let's take a little look at the Jim Clark Memorial and the scene of the starting grid. Max Verstappen with a penalty with a new engine joins Nicholas Latifi alongside him, both sustaining penalties. Daniel Ricciardo with a penalty alongside Nico Hülkenberg, who takes 17th. We've also got Valtteri Bottas, who also sustains a penalty, 16th, with Yuki Tsunoda alongside him. Zhou Guanyu lines up in 14th with Kevin Magnussen alongside him in 13th place. 12th place goes to Sebastian Vettel, who's hoping to have a better return than that Ferrari sought him before. Alex Albon alongside him too. Lewis Hamilton didn't set a time, nonetheless still 10th fastest. Mick Schumacher 9th, Fernando Alonso 8th, with Pierre Gasly in 7th place as well. 6th place goes to Esteban Ocon with Lando Norris in 5th as well. P4, well, that of course went to George Russell, who sits alongside Sergio Perez, who is in 3rd. Now how about this, Ferrari returning again, a front row lockout for Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. All 5 lights are lit. And it's pedal to the metal, and it is go, 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 and Charles Leclerc getting away very well, as does Carlos Sainz to a degree, but look at the sombreros in behind as well. George Russell, certainly not done yet, looking to try and get a jettison from the start, doesn't manage to do so. Esteban Ocon and Fernando Alonso also trying to get into the mix as well. Sergio Perez trying to lift himself off the bottom end too, trying to leap his way forward in this very soft race. Certainly lots of water out on track, the two Ferraris together. Oh my goodness me, they've collided! They've collided, the Ferrari dream! They've come into this weekend on top of the standings, Leclerc and Sainz topping the drivers, and the safety car is out here at the start. Well, you can hear the vocal ramentations.
I crashed. I cannot see. Couldn't see anything.
A despondent Carlos Sainz, they came together, losing the rear end. Incredible scenes here. This is a scene from George Russell's car. Real nice pictured view of it. Russell now getting them back underway for the restart here. It's pedal to the metal for the second time in this Grand Prix. Ocon in 2nd, Sergio Perez alongside him too. Perez now leaps into 2nd place. Further back as well, Lando Norris in 4th. Fernando Alonso looking to try and get himself into the mix. Lewis Hamilton as well. Perez though going for the lead already, but Russell able to do enough to hold on here in lap 3 of 45. It's kicking off here at the Hockenheimring. Perez not done yet though. The Red Bull goes searching down the inside again. He's showing in the mirrors saying, I'm here, George. I'm here to fight. I'm here to take the fight to Mercedes here at the German Grand Prix as then they swoop through this next chicane. What a moment. We're also seeing now Kevin Magnussen, Daniel Ricciardo side by side still here as well. Was just coming back after the safety car. Daniel Ricciardo able now to move his way up into 11th place. A super move from the Honey Badger. He'll be pleased with that, and now we'll look to pursue him. Lando Norris is the onboard as well, chasing after Esteban Ocon. Now this is a battle for the latter of the podium places. 3rd place up for grabs in this sodden race here at Hockenheim. Lando Norris with the pace. Obviously, doesn't have fond memories of wet weather. Of course, remember Russia, where he would lose it there, but manages to move up to 3rd, and he's now on the podium. The two at the front tying up. Russell and Perez considered two of the second drivers in the top two teams in the world of Formula One. Of course, Mercedes and Red Bull coming together very close to touching. Sergio Perez literally leaping everything at George Russell here at this point. They're heading down now towards the stadium section. You can see the track map on the right-hand side. Sergio Perez with a dynamic move through the inside now. They're going to cut now in towards the equipped curve, through now towards Zach's curve, and Sergio Perez leads here at Hockenheim. Fernando Alonso now at the mercy of Lewis Hamilton. These two former teammates at McLaren years gone by, but now since it's all changed now. Alonso in the Alpine, Hamilton down the inside now at the chicane, still side by side. I tell you what, they get so close together. Pierre Gasly watching all this unfold as well. Two legends here in the world of Formula One, in the current era of Formula One as well. Hamilton now still chasing down through towards this next right, trying to find his way through. He's past Alonso. He's now into 5th place. Here we see the rear view. This is Esteban Ocon's car. He's now being flooded by Mercedes. Hamilton not turned yet. He did the exact same thing to his teammate Fernando Alonso before. And now Lewis Hamilton is in 4th place here at the German Grand Prix. Sensational move. Here on lap 9. And the two Alpines, after witnessing Lewis Hamilton jettison on by. Here comes Fernando Alonso, looking to move now up into 5th place. See Esteban Ocon not quite comfortable with giving away that privilege to the Spaniard. And the onboard here as well. This is Fernando, switches to the inside. Lovely move here from Fernando Alonso, coming down into the next chicane. He still runs side by side. Oh no! Goodness me! Oh, war of words after that one. Fernando Alonso beached into the gravel trap, and another safety car declared by race control. Well, here was the onboard moment.
Never in my life I saw a defense like that.
Utterly despondent Fernando Alonso. So 10-second penalty for car 31. That's Esteban Ocon in reference to his incident with Alonso. Verstappen just cruising on by Esteban Ocon. Here we have a pit stop now. It's of course being the Aston Martin. Now seeing that the track is drying up. Confirmed conditions change here at Hockenheim. And Hamilton now goes searching on his fellow Brit Lando Norris for that 3rd place. Heading through towards the next chicane now. Hamilton with the outside line. Deep dive. He's through. He's up into 3rd place. It's now a double silver arrows up in the top 3. And into the pits is Lewis Hamilton. Now seeing Pierre Gasly make his way down the straight now. Just look at this. Esteban Ocon watching him switch all over his rear wing. Heading down towards this next right outside line for Pierre. As he now threads the needle through towards the stadium section. Next left now at Zach's curve. You'll have the inside here at this point as well. The AlphaTauri looking to push on through. He does. He's up into 5th. Great move from Pierre Gasly. And he'll now let fly at Max Verstappen. Here we go again. This time, of course, Hülkenberg, who, of course, has had better days. Goodness me, that's a Red Bull. A stricken Red Bull. Is that Sergio Perez? It is.
Can you reverse? Can you reverse now? Fuck's sake.
Big moment for Sergio Perez. Shades of Sebastian Vettel right there from years gone by. So we now see George Russell coming into the pits now on lap 31. Also joining him as well. Look at this. This is Lando Norris. Also being joined by Pierre Gasly. Times are changing here. The weather's changed here at Hockenheimring. Already the cars now making their way through. Sebastian Vettel being one of them, trying to find his way through now. Past the Red Bull on Max Verstappen. You have Verstappen now looking to head back. Well, go toe-to-toe here with Sebastian Vettel, of course the former Red Bull driver. Verstappen now very much in control of his seat here, but at Hockenheim there's only one man who's superior, and that's the Dutchman, world champion Max Verstappen. He's now up into 5th place. Brilliant move. Now Pierre Gasly. Verstappen is rampant here in these final 10 laps now as we're seeing them make their way in towards this next chicane. You can see Norris in the distance. Verstappen late on the brakes, better on the brakes, leads the chicane now in 4th place, and he'll now chase after Norris. God, as if by magic. He's back again. Max Verstappen now threading through, switching. We've seen a few drivers do this already in this race, as now they head down this next straight. Third place for Max Verstappen with a nose in front. The two Mercedes going side by side as well. But Verstappen here, he's up into third place here at Hockenheim. The two Mercedes, we saw them before dueling it out after all the battling that was going on between Verstappen and Norris. Russell looking to try and hold on to that first place, but Lewis Hamilton, 7 times world champion, he's going to show them exactly why he is one as they make their way through this next chicane. But Russell with a brilliant defence, lovely overspeed, heading out of that part of the chicane, but Hamilton will up the tiger line, heading down through this sector, now switching to the left-hand side. We've seen this time and time again, looking to try and get the better line through the chicane. Hamilton looking to go toe-to-toe with his teammate, inside line now, together they remain. Russell trying to squeeze him here on the outset as they head through this next left. Hamilton now still in pursuit. Verstappen's been brought into this fight as well. A collective of silver arrows and a Red Bull as well. Max Verstappen takes the wider line. They go 3 wide. Sparks fly. Verstappen chasing after now George Russell. Hamilton leads. Lewis Hamilton leads here at Hockenheimring. In comes Verstappen though, past Hamilton's teammate.
Come on, man. That's too easy.
Goodness me, what a moment. Verstappen now looking to try and give chase. A battle here for the race win here in Germany now. Hamilton holding on to the advantage. Contact between him and Max Verstappen, which might open the door here for George Russell through this next right. Team play potentially between the two Mercedes. George Russell up into second. Sensational stuff. I tell you what, we got box office action here today at Hockenheimring. They say that this track may have had changes over the years, but you can't deny the old favourites of 2001. Russell now up into second place. Brilliant driving, incredible tenacity. Here on lap 40, changes being made. Red Bull opting for the soft tyres. And here comes now Max Verstappen chasing after Lando Norris, winning back those places that he lost in that other pit stop phase. He now sits in third ahead of Lando Norris. Here he comes now on George Russell. Oh, I tell you what, it's going to be a one-horse race here. Max Verstappen on a brand new set of soft tyres here in the closing stages.
Can we witness? Fick i hånden.
He's asked, can we do it?
7 seconds to Verstappen.
We're now seeing a battle between Vettel and Lando Norris. Fastest lap for Lewis Hamilton. He needs it as well because Verstappen is chasing him. Vettel, though, up into fourth. Brilliant result so far for Vettel if he can bring it home. And here comes Hamilton. We've seen Max Verstappen chasing him constantly. It's been right through this race. These two that have been dueling it out here. Verstappen with a tremendous charge from where he started at the back of the grid. Still fighting though with Lewis Hamilton on the final lap here at Hockenheim. The silver arrows with a nose with a car's length in front. Verstappen though, not yet done, will not concede the position here in the closing stages of the German Grand Prix. Inside line now, into the stadium section, contact, side pod to wheel, but Hamilton is trying his best to hold the line, the inside line that'll give him oh so much, heading out of Sachs curve. They'll then make their way down towards Opel. It's Hamilton who leads the way as they head through the final part of this racetrack. The scratch down to erupt. Oh my goodness me!
Engine is hot, mate. What a joke.
Verstappen's had a blowout. Hamilton is going to win the German Grand Prix.
You've done it. You've done it.
What a joke all the time with this honestly. Joke this.
Goodness me, a blowout on the final lap for Max Verstappen crossing the line. Sebastian Vettel takes third place.
Great job. Hey, that's a podium, man. That's a wrap. Thank you. Car was amazing today.
Well, we talk drama time and time again. Incredible result for Mercedes. Silver arrows, both standing tall on the podium. It's Lewis Hamilton, your race winner. George Russell in second with Sebastian Vettel. I tell you what, recovering the damage from 2018. He's back on the podium, this time for Aston Martin in third place. This is your final classification, folks. Lando Norris finished in fourth with Max Verstappen just crawling across the line. after that engine blowout around the final corner after battling with Lewis Hamilton. Pierre Gasly in 6th, Alex Albon 7th, Mick Schumacher in 8th, Yuki Tsunoda 9th, Daniel Ricciardo in 10th. Zhou Guanyu finished in 11th with Kevin Magnussen 12th, Valtteri Bottas 13th, Nico Hülkenberg 14th, Esteban Ocon 15th, Sergio Perez in 16th, Nicholas Latifi 17th, Fernando Alonso 18th place, Carlos Sainz 19th. In fact, they were all DNFs pretty much towards the bottom. Perez, Latifi, Alonso, Sainz and Charles Leclerc. A big upset for Ferrari. Bad day at the office. Lewis Hamilton taking the fastest lap. And look at what it's done to the championship standings. Max Verstappen now takes the lead of the title race, 74 points, 1 point ahead of Lewis Hamilton. It's going to tee up a box office finale when we go racing at Slovakia for the last race in the World Championship. I'll tell you what, folks, it's been a privilege bringing all this action to you. Sorry it took so long, but nevertheless, please leave a like and a subscribe as well. My name's been George Morgan. It's been a privilege being your commentator. We'll see you next time at Slovakia for more F1 fantasy races. Take care, folks. Goodbye.